नमस्कार। आज हम बैंकिंग लॉ के यूनिट सेकंड के सेकंड टॉपिक, जो कि बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है, कंट्रोल ऑफ रिजर्व बैंक ओवर बैंक, यानी अन्य बैंकों पर रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया का नियंत्रण। ये टॉपिक बहुत ही इम्पॉर्टेंट है एग्जामिनेशन के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से। पिछले क्वेश्चन को हम लोग रीड करें तो ये क्वेश्चन कई बार पूछा जा चुका है, शॉर्ट में भी और लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन के रूप में भी। तो इस पर जो क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है वो ये है कि एक्सप्लेन द कंट्रोल ऑफ रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया ओवर नॉन बैंकिंग सिचुएशन एंड फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूट, यानी रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया बैंकों पर और वित्तीय संस्थाओं पर कैसे नियंत्रण रखता है, उसकी व्याख्या कीजिए। तो इस क्वेश्चन को हमने 4 पार्ट पर डिवाइड किया है। एक तो कंट्रोल ऑफ रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, द आंसर शैल कंटेन फॉलोइंग इंपॉर्टेंस पॉइंट्स। इसके 4 पॉइंट्स पे हमने एक्सप्लेन किया है। नंबर 1, कंट्रोल रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, जिसमें इंडस्ट्रियल फाइनेंस कॉरपोरेशन ऑफ इंडिया 1947, इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, यूनिट ट्रस्ट ऑफ इंडिया, स्मॉल इंडस्ट्री डेवलपमेंट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, स्टेट फाइनेंस कॉरपोरेशन, नेशनल हाउसिंग बैंक 9, डिपॉजिट इंश्योरेंस एंड क्रेडिट गारंटी कॉरपोरेशन, and second, non-banking financial companies. Number 3, growth of NBFCs, and fourth, recent policy development. Now, the Reserve Bank of India has taken initiative in setting up statutory corporation at the all India and regional level to function as specialized institution for term lending. The first of these institutions was the Industrial Finance Corporation of India, set up in 1947, followed by the State Finance Corporation in each of the states from 1953 onwards. The RBI has also helped in the establishment of other financial institutions such as the Industrial Development Bank of India, the Industrial Reconstruction Bank of India, Small Industries Development Bank of India, Unit Trust of India, etc. For the promotion of foreign trade, the Reserve Bank has established the Export and Import Bank of India. Similarly, for the development of the housing industry, the RBI has established the National Housing Bank. Furthermore, the Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation, a wholly owned subsidiary of the Reserve Bank, operates credit guarantee scheme with objective of providing cover against defaults in repayment of loan made to small borrowers, including small scale industrial borrowers, in order that credit flow to them is enlarged. Non-banking financial corporation financial system implies a setup of complex and closely connected or interconnected institutions against practice, markets, transaction, claim and liabilities in the economic financial institute can be classified as banking and non-banking institution, or as intermediaries and non-intermediaries. Non-banking financial corporation constitute an integral part of Indian finance system and supplement the banking and industrial sector. The term NBFC can be coined to include all companies carrying on the banking function, but which cannot be formally called as banks. It provides a wide spectrum of financial services both fund-based and non-fund-based or fee-based activities ranging from his purchases and leasing to loan and pure investment and counseling. For this purpose, the NBFCs, apart from their capital, get resources from the public through fixed deposit and credit facilities from bank. Growth of NBFCs. NBFCs have in recent years grown sizable both in terms of their number as well as in volume of businesses transaction. The number of such financial companies grow more and more manifold. The factors to this growth were lower transaction cost of their operation, their quick decision making ability, customer orientation and promote provision of service. There are other factors which contributed to this enormous growth. NBFCs were historically subjected to a relatively lower degree of regulation when compared to bank. Higher rate of return on deposit offered by NBFCs have enabled to attract a large base of small savers. Lastly, several distinctive features of NBFCs like no entry barrier, limited fixed asset and holding of inventory, all of which lead to a proliferation of NBFCs its category. NBFCs are not a homogeneous set. They consist of 8 categories with differing application for supervision and financial intermediation. The principal businesses of this category is given follow. A. Equipment leasing companies. Equipment leasing or the financing of such activity. B. Hire purchases companies. Hire purchases transaction or the financial of such activities. Loan companies. C. Loan companies providing finance by making loan or advance or otherwise for any activity other than equipment leasing, hire purchases and housing finance companies. D. Investment companies. Acquisition of and trading in securities in earn profit. E. Mutual benefit company notified by the central government under section 620A of the Companies Act 1956. F. Miscellaneous non-banking companies, example chit fund. Agreement with a specified number of subscribers that every one of them shall subscribe certain sum on installments over a definite period and everyone is entitled to the price amount as determined. Housing finance company. The financing of acquisition or construction of houses including the acquisition or development of plot of land. H. Residuary non-banking companies. Companies which reserve deposit under any scheme or arrangement in one lump sum or in installments or by sale of unit or certificate or other instrument or any other manner. The above classification is for the purpose of the supervision and control registration of NBFCs with the RBI. The Reserve Bank of India Act provides for the compulsory registration of NBFCs. It also provides that the Reserve Bank of India has got power to increase the minimum enough for entry into the businesses from rupees 25 lakhs to rupees 2 crore. Accordingly, in the monetary and credit policy statement for the year 1999-2000, it was proposed that the NBFCs which are incorporated on or after April 20, 1999, the requirement for minimum NOF will be rupees 2 crore. Recently, policy development in January 2000, the Reserve Bank of India effected several amendment to NBFCS regulation. They are: number 1, NBFCS which are A. engaged in microfinancing activities, B. licensed under section 25 of the Companies Act 1956, and C. not accepting public deposit were exempted from the purview of the regulation of registration, maintenance of liquid assets and transfer of profit to reserve fund. 2. Mutual benefit companies in existence on January 9, 1997 and having enough of rupees 10 lakh exempted from the requirement of registration, maintenance of liquid assets, creation of reserve fund and also from other provision. Third, certain regulation in respect of opening and closing of branches with an obligation of auditors to report on non-compliance of this direction. NBFCs have to constitute audit committees consisting of non less than 3 directors if they have assets of more than 50 crore as per the last audited balance sheet. The regulation for NBFCs and residency NBFCs were further rationalized in June 2000 in the following amendment: A. Rationalization of providing norm in respect of lease and her purchase assets. B. Obtaining and keeping on their record a copy of passport, ration card, election, identity care of the new deposit holder as an evidence for the identification. C. Permits residuary non-banking companies to make investment in the scheme of mutual fund approved by SEBI and lowering of the ceiling on interest rates payable these companies by 2%. D. Permission to NBFCs to accept deposit from the relevant relatives of their directors subject to adequate disclosure. E. Rationalization of the formats of all statutory returns submitted by the NBFCs, NIDIs, RBNCs and cheat fund with a view to facilitating electronic processing and to use them to effective off-site monitoring tools. The Reserve Bank of India has already started processing the initiatives to by taken by it. While the government is looking at legislative changes, it is hoped that the Reserve Bank of India will implement the recommendation of the Vasudev Committee over a period of time in fast manner for a sound and healthy growth and development of the NBFC sector. So now your answer is a complete. Thank you.